What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Man, and when we say downtown, we are talking way downtown.
Downtown Columbia, South Carolina.
There it is. Rob, we're a little late this week. It is the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. That, of course, is adorned with rings on his background this week. Seven-time NBA champ,
Hey,
Robert Ory.
I thought I would just flex a little bit. Every once in a while, you got to flex.
That's a pretty good flex, man. That ain't a bad flex. Some nice-looking rings, too, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So the Lakers one is the one with the two trophies, or what is that? Or is that
The Lakers are in the middle, Spurs on the top, Rockets at the bottom.
Rockets at the bottom? Okay.
So I want everybody to look at the Rockets ring, because when you see pictures of the Rockets ring, that's that one.
Yeah.
Where?
Uh-huh.
That one.
Okay.
That's the Rockets ring. So there's pictures of it, and everybody's like, "Oh, your Rocket ring is really nice." I'm like, "That's not our ring." I'm like, that is a totally different. I don't know what the hell that is, because the pictures that people have of that ring is totally different than what we actually got.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising.
So people think our Rockets ring actually looks like the Laker ring above it, with all the diamonds in it, like
sure.
that. No. So it's actually, that ring is actually cheaper than all other 6 rings.
I can believe that. Those are the earliest rings you won.
Yeah, but it's cheaper than the first ring.
Interesting.
You think that if you go back to back,
you want the second one.
Ring is $5,000. The second one should be like $10,000 because you doubled up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I like it. It's a good flex. We are late this week. Rob's been on tour, promoting his new show, World's Toughest Test, which starts this coming Monday on Fox.
25th.
We've talked about it a ton, but you are you're in full press mode for this thing now, it seems like.
Yeah, it was press mode. It was fun doing it. You know, getting to see the cast run across everybody and talking about who stayed the longest, because a lot of us didn't. You know, it's not like any other, like a Survivor where you got to be secluded in a hotel when you get kicked off, or in this case, you walk off the show. You got to come home. And so we actually didn't know who won it until they actually won it. And we talked about why they leave and why they stayed. And it was fun to get to see everybody, man. But it's a challenging test, and I want everybody to watch it. So people are going to be shocked, though, about a lot of things that happen in the show.
I'm excited. I mean, I didn't. Des Bryant, JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
I mean, There's a weird Savannah Chrisley, Brian Austin Green. It's a wide swath of people. It really is.
It's weird because the only black people on the show are former or current athletes. I'm like, what up? That's the only thing we could do is be athletes. I'm like, come on now. And I know Black China's on there, but she is there.
Yeah.
So she's on there, but the other three blacks are athletes, are former athletes.
But you think about it, are you surprised? I mean, you ain't gonna see no black congressman up there.
You mean Obama didn't do the show? Son of a bitch.
You think Raphael Warnock is gonna step down from his seat to join this?
No, not a chance in hell. No way.
But it's just, you don't really have it's just like most of the people on the show are reality stars. I think outside of Brian Austin Green, everybody else were pretty much reality stars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and two, with the writer's strike going on right now, that's the only people you're going to get to do this stuff are going to be athletes and reality stars, because every actor who has a contract with the freaking Writers Guild or the Actors Guild, they can't do shit. So they're stuck.
Yeah.
So.
No, it was weird because when we got there, for one of the pressers, everybody had an assistant or press manager or this. And I'm walking around like, I look at Aaron, I'm like, do you have someone? She's like, nope. I said, I don't have one either. I guess we ain't really, we ain't stars because everybody else, they have somebody there to do their presses, put them in the right position, doing their makeup as they walk around. Like, damn. Like, what do we have?
Dude, I'd have gone with you. I'd have gone with you. Can't do no damn makeup for you. I got nothing for you. But yeah.
No, I told him I don't want no makeup. I said, no, thank you. I do that. I wear enough makeup for Spectrum, and I hate that shit.
So do you? I know we've talked about the fact that you still talk to Brian Austin Green. Is he the only one from the show that you keep up with, or have you made other friends from this thing?
I talked to Brian. I talked to Savannah. I talked to Tyler. I talked to Neil. So we a lot of us still. No, we text. We have a text chain, so we stay in contact. But a lot of us supposed to get together and go to lunch. We actually want to do a viewing for the party, so we're just trying to figure out where we're going to do it right now.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wait a minute. So I mean, and maybe because of his personality, I don't know. But I mean, with you two being a former athletes, you don't talk to Dez any?
I don't talk to Dez. It's weird. We exchange info, but Dez is in Dallas, and Dez is it's football season, so he's deep diving in that. The rest of everybody's pretty much floundering in the wind because, like you said, it's because of the strike and stuff. So they're mostly they got nothing to do.
Yeah, that's true.
They're all looking for stuff to do. And I mean, God bless Dez, but I've heard Dez is a little touchy. You know what I mean? Like he ain't out there. I'll just say it this way: he ain't out there trying to make new friends.
But you know what? He was cool as shit though.
Okay, good.
It's weird. I think a lot of times when you meet certain people, you got to understand they meet a lot of people, so they might act like an asshole to certain people.
I get it. Yeah.
But but then when they meet people who are in their world, sort of say they're cool with them. So I think I got a different Dez than like the common person would get.
Than us loudmouth sports radio idiots. Yeah. We get
Exactly.
the ire of Des Bryant, and probably justly so. All right, well, I mean, look, if you want to see Rob on World's Toughest Test, I mean, we watched last season before you were ever on this thing, so we are already invested. I think the show is great. Like, it's a fun watch. I don't know how they did half the stuff they did on the show. This one looks like it's 1,000 times harder than the last one.
Oh man, everything on this show is done like it's. Don't get me wrong. The other show is challenging, but I think this show is way more challenging because there's a lot of tests that, man, you could die. And I'm like, fuck this on a couple of, excuse my language.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, I feel like the first.
I got a family to get home to.
I feel like the first season was successful. So they went, whoa, we got to do it again, but we got to raise the stakes. Like, you know what I mean? That's what this feels like to me. This feels like, how much further can we take this? So
I think so because I was looking at some of the stuff that they had to do after I left the show, and I was like, wow. I'm like, okay,
yeah. Well,
y'all can have that one.
I'm excited to check it out. I'm excited to watch you get your rear end whooped a little bit by Navy SEALs. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So it's on Fox if you want to watch World's Toughest Test, and we do. I'm gonna push you on this. Maybe not next week because we're recording a little early because I gotta go on vacation. But I want to have some of these people on the show, like some of these people that you're friends with, like Brian Austin Green. Mm-hmm. Is he a sports fan? I guess he's a sports fan, right?
Oh, he's a huge sports fan.
Okay.
I during one of the timeouts when we was waiting for the next challenge, it was almost like every person in there was asking me about the Lakers. They're all Laker fans because most of them are Cali people.
Sure. And
they want to know, how it was to play with Kobe, how it was to play with Tim Duncan, how it was to play with Shaq. And I was like, damn, ain't nobody asked me about the Rockets. I realized, well, none of these motherfuckers born.
No, they weren't.
No, hell no. That was their parents. Their parents were Rockets fans. Yeah. Yeah. Their parents were the ones watching Hakeem play. Yeah.
I'm like, half these people, I've been retired longer than you've been living.
That's crazy. All right, I'm excited to watch this. But yes, let's start thinking about who we want to have hop on with. I think Brian's a no-brainer. I love Savannah Chrisley just because I know her family, but I don't know. That might be tough to
I told her that. I told her that
sports
when I saw
with,
her,
but I don't mind. I wouldn't mind having her on though, even if it's for a few minutes.
She was funny. She like, he knows my brother. She was like, well, that's cool. This is really a small world.
Yeah. So
I think we Brian Austin. But the crazy part, like every one of these people, I think they have a podcast. I think except for Tari, but I know JoJo. She's probably the busiest out of everybody. But
there's no way she's
I know
a lot
of them are cool as shit.
Yeah. I love JoJo. I mean, my daughter was for a long time obsessed with JoJo Siwa. She's kind of aged out of it a little bit, but I mean, there was like a good 4 years where everything was JoJo.
I don't think I know who that is.
You don't know who JoJo Siwa is? Well, why would you? You're not a preteen girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not.
At least we don't think you are.
I'm not a preteen. I'm not a preteen, nor am I a girl. So.
Okay, good. So it works out. Do you identify as a preteen girl? Because I don't want to upset
identify
anybody.
as a 33-year-old heterosexual bearded black man.
Perfect. Great. You and James Harden. Just right in sync and in step.
Yeah.
And speaking,
the first person I would love to get on here would be Aaron, though. Think about it. Her path and what she's done. But first black female to win speed skating, that would be cool to have her on. And she's such a nice person.
100%. Would love to have her on. Honestly, anybody on that show I think is cool to talk to. So, yeah, whoever you want to have on, we'll have on. But World's Toughest Test is debuting Monday night with our very own Robert Horry and his sidekick JoJo Siwa. No, I don't know. By the way, we brought up Harden. I've got this stuff this week now from Brian Windhorst that the Clippers have officially ended their trade talks with James Harden. According to sources, the Clippers are out on James. So now I feel like with Harden and with Dame, I feel like we are going in this weird little cycle where we talk about it for 2-3 weeks and we end up right back where we started on both of them every time.
Yeah, it's so weird. I saw a trade proposal that actually sent Dame to the Sixers and then Harden to the Clippers. And I looked at it like, well, damn, everybody makes up pretty well in this trade. But
except for the
I know you
Trailblazers.
say, okay,
Is this a 3-team trade?
Yeah, who the
it was
Blazers
a 3-team trade. The Blazers were going to get it was I can't remember, but it was for the Blazers in a rebuild mode. It was a pretty good team. They weren't going to win a lot of games, but they had some guys who could compete, who were smart. And I think they would have sent a bunch of the Clippers over there. It sent, because there's a thing going on with one of the twins at the Clippers that was going to ship them to Portland. So it was a good trade. But everybody always have their own little trade scenarios that they mock up and try to get people to do. But that one, I said, if they did that one, send Dame to Philly, that'd be interesting. Even though I don't think Dame would work in Philly, but it seemed pretty sweet.
Why wouldn't he work in Philly?
Because you don't need a guard like that. To me, Dame is established, right? He don't need to go to where he's going to get in the way of Maxey. I think you need to let Maxey get those minutes and get those touches, and not limit him to being successful on the court.
I guess in my mind I see Embiid and Dame playing off each other, and I'm going, okay, that can work. But yeah, I guess you're right. Tyrese Maxey in the middle of that could be tricky.
Yeah, and then they sent Tobias Harris to Portland in that trade. It was something like that. Yeah.
No, I think you want to keep Harris too if you're Philly.
I think he's expendable. I think you got to realize that you're going to have to give up a few things in order to get.
Oh, for sure, but I don't think Philly's in a rush to do anything.
No, of course they're not. I don't think anybody's in a rush.
Yeah, Tobias makes a lot of money too, so that'd be a way to get him off your books.
Right.
That's true. Nobody's in a rush. In fact, I think the other story that was on the sheet was the Heat are daring the Blazers to find a better deal on Dame Lillard than what they've offered them. They've flat out said to the league, "We dare you. Go ahead. See if you can get a better deal than what we've offered you for Dame." And the Blazers are the same thing with Harden. They got no desire to do anything until the deal is right, and they don't have to. But I guess my question is, when you look at Harden and you look at Lillard, going into this season, if they are stuck where they're stuck, and they've both been extremely vocal about wanting out of their situations, what the hell happens with those two guys to start the year?
I think from the history with Harden, we know how that's going to go. Now hopefully he'll change that where he came in out of shape with the Rockets, and he can play his way out of it. And I think people, Dame and Harden have learned from one another, or Dame will learn from Harden and all the people before him. Just play your way out of it. If you go out and play and show everybody that you killing it this season, they're going to put so much on the table to get you on their squad. So let your play do the talking. Your play got you all that money, which is making you difficult to trade. So let your play, do your talking for you. That's all you got to do. Yeah.
I think Milwaukee is also in this scenario now, because now you're starting to get all the bubble up news about, what do you have to do to keep Giannis? It's not even a situation of like, will he extend? That's pretty much no. Now it's like, well, what moves do you have to make sure Giannis stays in Milwaukee? Because this is what ESPN's Bobby Marks is reporting. Milwaukee would need to re-sign Jrue Holiday in order to keep Giannis. And the quote was, I don't think Giannis is going to sign an extension. It doesn't make sense financially. I would be concerned based on what happens with Jrue Holiday. I think he's the X factor. I'm going to keep an eye on Holiday because this extension is eligible, I think, February 22nd. Potentially he could be a free agent next year. What does Milwaukee do with him if they lose him, and then they're going to be in deep trouble? And then maybe you lose Giannis as well. You think that's true? You think they got to sign Jrue Holiday to keep Giannis in Milwaukee?
Because you need a point guard that's tough, can play defense, can do it on both ends. And I think Giannis respects that because he does that. And if you really look at this team, those two guys are probably the only two guys in the league outside of, when the Clippers are healthy, where you got two guys that give it their all on both ends of the floor. You can't really name another team where you got guys that's going to do that. And so I think Giannis knows the importance of Jrue. And if he goes, he goes, because you're not going to win without a point guard that can knock someone up or knock down some threes in big time moments.
Okay. Harp?
Yeah, I think this one is a tough one, but I do think you lose Giannis if you lose Jrue, because then how are you going to build a title team around him? With what? What else better is there going to be out there for you to bring in to build around Giannis, and you have to pay Giannis? So, I understand that basketball ain't football when it comes to the cap, but you can go into the luxury tax, but then you got to ask, does Milwaukee ownership want to go into the luxury tax for a couple of guys? You already got to pay Giannis, that's a given, but you got to re-sign Jrue Holiday, and if you don't bring back Jrue, okay, now you're in the doghouse with Giannis, so now you got to convince him to stay and go get some other pieces to build around him, and that's not that easy in the NBA. So when you have key cornerstones of your franchise that have been there and won titles with Giannis that Giannis can trust, yeah, you got to keep him.
Okay.
And the funny part, we didn't even mention Middleton, who just got a new deal.
I was going to say, Middleton,
he's there too.
Middleton's there.
So that's one guy.
Going nowhere. Yeah.
You need to keep.
No, what I'm saying is that's a lot of money that they're going to have to cough up. And,
they're going to have to go into tax, because if Giannis wants to win, and he's still very young, so what is he in his late 20s?
I think so, yeah.
So he's still got a lot of time left. Yeah. He wants to win, so therefore you got to fork over some cash and go on his luxury tax.
What's always amazing to me is like for the players, the money keeps going up, but the cap doesn't. I'm like, at some point in time, one player is going to be the cap by himself.
Yeah,
and so they need to.
But with some of those guys, doesn't it not affect the cap, because some of these guys, you have their bird rights and you're able to pay them a certain amount and then not go against the cap?
That's true, but I'm saying though, right now, if you look around the league, you getting guys who only averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds getting $15 million a year, and I'm like, and it's like, so the money is keep going up, because it's like, okay, well, these GMs like, well, shit, we need him. So let's give him this to lure him away from this team, and then just a snowball effect. It happens to the next team, and now the cap is like, wow. So we need to be like baseball, just have no cap.
Well, now $15 million a year at one point in time was amazing. Now $15 million a year is you broke.
Oh, you might not even start and make 15. Like straight up, you could make 15 and be coming off the bench,
and that is perfectly fine with me.
Oh,
says the man that is not an NBA.
Hey. Hey, you look at some of the guys who are making 15 now. I'm like, they always talk about my numbers. I'm like, shit, these some dudes making 15. I ain't half the shit I did.
No,
like,
not even close. Not even close.
But hey, I ain't hating. I ain't one of these old. I'm happy for everybody who can get their bag, and like to say. But it's just if the teams and the league need to do something, they have to raise the cap.
I think that when you circle back to collective bargaining at some point, that conversation is going to continue to come up, mainly because the players' union wants those players to get paid. The owners are obviously kowtowing to them in that sense, and they're letting these guys. They're paying these guys. So at some point, there's going to have to come a conversation with collective bargaining about raising the cap or doing away with it entirely. One of the two.
I think all these new deals they got with social media and all these like YouTube and the China deal that's come back into play, they're going to have to do something because there's more revenue coming in.
Yeah, a lot more from a lot of different places. We also got the definition of star players this week. That was the other funny thing that popped up in my feed, which was like, we talked about Adam Silver wanting to limit load management and all that stuff. But we got the actual definition of star player. So I want to see where you guys fall on the definition. According to the NBA, star players are players who have made an all-star team or an all-NBA team in the past 3 seasons. That is a star player.
Like 3 straight seasons?
No, in the last 3 seasons, they've made either an all-star team or an all-NBA team.
I don't know about that.
In the past 3 years. That makes you a star. That seems extremely broad to me.
And extremely weak.
Hey, no, they said, oh, shit, we didn't cover the Clippers in this one. Hey, go back to the years so we can make sure the Clippers are covered.
And there's a little caveat that says, and the Clippers. And the Clippers.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you what a star player is? A star player, if we had to put a grade next to it, a star player is a guy that's supremely talented. He may be like a B. Because your superstars are A's. Your star players are B's where they're very effective. You need them to win. You may be able to put certain games on their back, and they may be able to get you over the threshold. So many games here and there. But they're not quite the franchise superstar guy where it's like, we're giving you the keys to the organization. That's a star. It's a lot of stars in the league. And all stuff off the court as well.
Totally different. I went back and said, if your minutes average more than 22 minutes a game, you are a star. You would not sit out because that way it covers a lot of players. You don't lose anything. Because if you think about it, you got a lot of teams that are stars that have made it an all-star moment. Or let's take Van Vliet, for instance. Has he made an all-star team?
No.
I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I'll look.
Has Van Vliet been? And my point, what I'm saying is now he's making star-like money, and so even look at Dylan Brooks. I'm just using the Rockets for examples. Yeah, but I'm still but you gotta say he's making.
Van Vliet made the All-Star game in 22.
Okay, so he's a star. Okay, but I'm just saying
by their definition, at least.
Yeah. But for my definition, because I want everybody fucking playing. If you average more than 22 minutes a game, you are a star to me. Because think about how many people at home sitting on the couch wish they was in the damn league. All these players to me are stars. I don't give a damn if you LeBron James or fucking Freddie JoJo who's sitting on the end of the bench. If you get to the NBA, you're a star to me.
Okay.
So don't sit out a damn game.
Okay.
My point is I don't want you sitting out regardless of who you are. Play the damn game is what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. Now that you just gave the Miss America answer, we're going to get to the real answer. Because we've got to dice. Are we talking about, okay, once we get past, people sitting in the stands, yes. To us, all of them are stars because it ain't but a handful of y'all in the league. It's a very small, so we get that. But when we get to the league and we start to cipher through, and we start to put certain players on certain levels and level out the hierarchy and all that, I know everybody in the league can play, but now there's a hierarchy. We know this.
Yeah, it's a hierarchy. Yeah, but I'm saying it's probably only 3 to 4 players I can name right now that can deserve to have load managers. LeBron, Chris Paul, and maybe KD.
And all those guys are superstars.
And they're all elderly.
Yeah, but they've been in the league so damn long. They deserve some load management. Right. Everybody else, you can't tell me Devin Booker needs to be load managed.
So is it seniority then? Does it work that way?
Well, you have to be 35. So
35 to qualify for load management. It's like the NBA's Social Security. Once you hit a certain age, you can get it.
But I thought we were describing what a star was.
When you're 62, you can get your pension.
Exactly. I know you're holding out for that. You're right. We are defining what a star is because that's the level. That's the measure. Right? That's the measure the NBA is setting. So they're saying that you can't sit your stars. They're not saying So we're trying to go, well, is it worth defining him that way, or is it worth saying...
No, it's not worth defining him that way.
Okay.
Because my thing is no, because it's everything that was predicated on the floor. Like, it's what you do also on the floor, and there's some other things as well, because it's some off the court type of stuff too, because they start talking about, name recognition and things of that nature. Sometimes that separates you.
Notoriety.
Yeah, notoriety between being a star and a superstar. But, I mean, is Kawhi Leonard a superstar?
Yeah, I would say
yes.
so.
He made it.
Go ahead.
He made the team, 3 years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
All-Star team.
Yeah, he did.
Now, what do you call Paul George?
He made it too, though, 3 years ago. That's why he said 3 years to make sure he covered the Clippers.
No.
But the question is, where does Zion Williams fall in at?
He's a star.
You don't think Zion's a superstar?
But has he made? I'm talking about qualified.
Oh, does he qualify?
Load management, though. Yeah, because I know he.
I don't know. Let me check. Hang on.
Because he has made an All-Star team, has he?
No, man ain't played. Never mind. He ain't played long enough. Hey, but do you think Paul George is a star or superstar?
He's a superstar.
By the way, Zion's made 2 All-Star teams.
Oh, he did.
He did? He hasn't played it yet.
He made it in 21, and he made it last year.
He's a star. He's a star. He's got to do more to be a superstar, way more.
Yeah.
Well, they got to win. And, God bless him. He's been hurt, but that team needs to win. It needs to win on his back for him to be a superstar.
Yep.
He's got to carry him. But it's a weird conversation to go, okay, they've made a rule, and now we have to define how we enforce this rule.
Rob, give me all.
I understand their intentions, but they've gotten themselves into like a battle of context now.
Give me all your superstars in the league. As much, as you can name. It ain't a lot.
Superstars?
It ain't a lot.
Probably 10 or 15, maybe tops, right?
Well, his Booker, KD, Bill, AD, Kawhi, LeBron, Tatum, Embiid, Brown,
Jimmy,
Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, the guys out in the Splash Brothers. You got Ice Tray. It's a lot of superstars.
Yeah, you just ran off like 12, 13. Yeah,
you forgot Giannis.
Ant-Man.
Giannis, Ant-Man.
Yeah, well, I hadn't even got to. I'm like Ant-Man,
Ja Morant.
Ja Middleton. I even put Middleton as a superstar in there. Because before he got hurt, he was cooking people.
No, he's a great player and he's a star. I don't know if he's quite a superstar.
Chris Middleton cannot walk down the street in any city and get recognized.
Yes, he can.
Chris Middleton?
Dude, if Chris Middleton was in this room, I wouldn't know it's Chris
You just
Middleton.
said another
I
talent.
like him. I like him. If he was sitting next to Harper, I'd be like, who'd you bring? Like, you know what I mean? And that's not me shitting on the guy because I haven't. He's a great player, but it's not LeBron. It's not Durant. It's not Booker. Like those guys, Steph. That's someone
not the Splash
instantly.
Brothers.
It's someone you look at and go, oh, Steph Curry's here.
Yeah, you look at Chris Middleton sometime. That's a tall black. Do you play basketball?
Where do you play, young man?
You
do
should
you play the basketball?
So is Wembanyama a superstar yet?
Off name alone?
Yeah, name recognition, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't damn played a game yet, so who knows? Who knows?
LeBron was a superstar before he really played a game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
But we saw LeBron on a nightly basis kill people. We haven't really seen. We just seen highlights of Wembanyama.
Oh yeah, no, it's just been buzz. Everything's been buzz.
Hey y'all,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know this now. I don't have my MacBook charger and my battery's about to die. Hold on for a second, because I'm gonna end up using my phone.
Oh no! Look, I don't care about the video. Just keep your microphone on.
Oh, okay,
all right?
cool.
I don't even care about the video. Rob's in a hotel room. I don't even care. Like,
Yeah, but
I'm just trying to get a podcast out.
Yeah, but after all this hell we gave him freezing, he's sitting up there with dial-up internet connection in South Carolina, and I'm the one that got the battery dying. and I'm the one in a high-tech studio here in Atlanta, Georgia, and my computer about to die out of all people.
We got more equipment in this building than anywhere I've ever worked. We ain't got a fucking MacBook charger somewhere.
And here I am sitting up here. It's about to die. Why? Because it's on my cord because I didn't bring my charger. Come on now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Unplug your microphone. You're done. You're done for the day.
I'm going to close this laptop right now before it dies.
Take your headsets and be gone. Yeah, you can bounce on video. That's fine. Not a big deal. There's only a few more things I want to talk about. I have some absolutely amazing audio of the week for you guys that you are going to love. And we're going to play Black Crime, White Crime as well. So we've got a few more things we got to do. Some more fun to have.
What better time to play it than being in the dirty South, baby?
Tell you what. Can we start calling the slide that Alabama is on the curse of Big Shot Bob? Because Alabama, for the first time in, I think, 129 weeks, has fallen out of the AP Top 10. They rolled in at 13.
It's crazy.
After struggling, and I mean struggling, against the South Florida Bulls. I mean, a team that, in their own right, was just happy to play Alabama and had them locked up at 3 at halftime. Are you kidding me? The quarterback play in that game was atrocious. It was
my son and I actually watched that game. You know, my oldest son who graduated from Alabama, we were together in Newport Beach, and we watched the game. And we come to the conclusion that how do you go from the number 1 quarterback to the number 3 quarterback? He was suspended. That's the conclusion we came to. He must have said something after that loss. I did something. He had to be suspended because you don't go from number 1 to number 3, and you have those 2 dudes that are out there that flat out suck. And he don't even touch the field. He didn't even look like he had any intention of going in.
Terrible.
And when they showed him,
Are you talking about Ty Simpson?
He had to be suspended.
What do you mean?
No, Melrose.
Oh, well,
you know, he was the first.
No, go ahead.
I said he was the first. Think about it, he started the week before against Texas, and then now he went from not first string, not second string.
Oh, I guess I wasn't the first one to go out.
Yeah, you won. We lost Rob entirely. You're the winner of this week's game, Harp. Oh, no, he's back. Shit. Okay, hold on. Sorry. He's back. You're back.
I'm back.
You're on a rant, and then you vanished.
What did you hear?
You said you went from first string, second string, third string.
Yeah, think about that. He was a third string quarterback for Alabama. He didn't even, and when they showed him on the sideline, he had his head on the back of his helmet on the back, like he wasn't even going in. He wasn't even paying attention to the game. He wasn't even in the coaches' huddles when the quarterbacks, you know how they all meet? Mm-hmm. He was off to the side. So that means he had to be, he wasn't going to touch the field. He had to do something. And now, next week, he's a starter. Mm-hmm. He's a starter coming up this Saturday. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So it's a conspiracy. You know, who gives a shit? But I think he was suspended.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he was suspended. Saban went into that week's game saying that pretty much he still has to evaluate he had one to evaluate all 3 of those quarterbacks. Milroe didn't start. They put the other guy in. He stunk up the joint. Then you go to third string Ty Simpson. He didn't look that great. And so then, you know, in the next week, you know, in this game coming up, he names Milroe the starter and saying he's earned the right. Now, he has the most quote-unquote experience out of all those guys.
Right.
And he has the most athleticism out of all of those guys. Saban has nowhere to go right now. He has to put his best option at quarterback and allow him, in a sense, to find his way, trial by fire, and figure it out. He hasn't been in a situation like this in a very, 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 very long time. And we all see that. I don't care how great your program is. I don't care how much talent you have spread out around the field. If you do not have a comparable quarterback that can count to 10, it is not going to work. No. And you're seeing that right now. And the whole team is suffering because of it. And that's just what it is. He has to find a guy. He didn't get anything really in the one of those guys transferred, but it's what it is.
But here's the thing is, this is here from talking to my diehard Alabama fans. There was like, he didn't do that bad in the Tennessee game. I mean, in the Texas game. They said they had 2 touchdowns called back, and the defense just got burnt. They had no DBs, and everybody was blaming the quarterback. I'm like, he had 2 interceptions, but it really wasn't his fault. And it's like it was a little bit of everybody's fault. Right. So I didn't see the game. I can't say, but I did watch this last game, and to me, from watching him play last year, he should be better by him. Miller should be better by this year. And those 2 they put in, like, nah, dog, you need to sit them on the sideline.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Well, you got to take into consideration that, Milroe came in that Texas game. Well, he played in that Texas game because, what's his name, got hurt. And so, Bryce Young.
Bryce.
And so, therefore, he came in, so he's basically doing everything off instinct. I'm going to play how I know how to play because you don't have no tape on me. You don't know what I can do. You have an idea. So me making my first read, it's not there, and tucking the ball and taking off and running, that's what I'm going to do because you can't stop it and you haven't prepared for it. So now that he's coming into this season and now people have tape on him and they can study him more, and now he's actually forced to throw the football, which he has done well here and there, they got tape on him. And now he has to really focus on throwing the football and polishing himself as a complete quarterback. He just ain't there yet.
For me, they should just take the playbook that they used for Jalen Hurts when Jalen Hurts first got to Alabama, because this is Jalen Hurts 2.0. Jalen Hurts wasn't an accurate thrower, but that mug, if you left him open or left a gap, he was gone. And then he punished you like that, and that's what they need to do. They try to make him Bryce Young. It's like, okay, this is what we did last year. We're going to do it again. No, you don't have Bryce Young back there. You need to pull out the Jalen Hurts package and use that package.
Well, that's easy to
look at. I don't know shit about football, but
yeah,
I know. I'm a basketball player. That's just I'm just going by what I see and what I think should happen.
Hey.
I'm not quarterback on the couch.
Hey, look, not only are you not a football player, you're not an Alabama fan either. So let's move on.
Point taken. Move on to the next subject.
And on we go. All right, let's get to audio of the week, because I'm excited to play this, and I'm excited to play Black Crime or White Crime after we give out our big shot of the week. So, audio of the week. Did you hear the story about the F-35 fighter plane that vanished over South Carolina?
Yes.
You're in South Carolina at the moment. This happened out in your neck of the woods. An F-35 took off, disappeared. Apparently the pilot bailed out at some point. And you're not there for that. Shut your mouth. Apparently the pilot bailed out at some point, and the plane flew for 60 miles before eventually crashing in the woods. So it went for 60 more miles before it crashed. Well, it's a crazy story if you want to get online and read about it. It's a wild story. However, I love it when the news hits the neighborhoods near where this happened and finds the one guy that should probably never be on the news commenting about what he saw.
Please tell me he wasn't black.
I'm going to play the audio. And we could play black witness or white witness. Okay. Here's the guy, Randolph White.
I was in the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, "What in the world is this?" And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says he didn't realize it was a plane at the time, so he didn't call anybody.
The first thought came to me, I said, "What's a meteorite coming out of space or something?" And I said, "Well, if it's an airplane, it needed to be reported. But the thing was flying just too low."
That's his impression of the airplane screaming by. Black witness or white witness?
He sounds geeky, so he's black.
Oh yeah, he sure is. Yeah, he sure is. He sure is. Randolph White.
That man is from the backwoods of South Carolina.
Hey,
and I
guarantee you he geeky too.
Geeky, yeah, he is.
He gonna get you. I will also say I have never, except for maybe my grandfather, heard someone refer to it as taking a shave. I was in the bathroom taking a shave. I'm like, I thought he was going to say he was taking a shit. The way that was coming out. I was like, what were you doing? Yeah, that's. I hope it doesn't sound like that when he takes a shit. That would be terrible.
I don't give a shit.
I got I got a little bit of breaking news.
Do it, baby.
This is news coming down about the Dallas Cowboys. Bad news. MRI confirms Trayvon Diggs suffered a torn ACL in practice.
Damn.
Their star corner may be out for the rest of the season.
That sucks.
News brought to you by Adam Schefter himself.
Shefty.
That's Alabama right there.
I mean, everything just going on. You know what? That's what happened when you run your mouth.
It's the curse of Big Shot Bob. Alabama's, I'm telling you. Don't say that, man. Don't say that. Don't say that. It's happening. It's happening. You turned your back on the university. Everything's falling apart. NicK Saban is sitting in his office right now going. Telling you. Wow, I hate that for him, man. That's terrible.
I hate that. I love Trayvon Diggs, man. He's just
hell of a player.
I like guys who talk shit and just back it up and play hard. That's
hell yeah. I'm with you 100% on that. You want to run your mouth, get out there and shut people down. I love that. I hate that for Trayvon Diggs, man. All right, let's do Big Shot of the Week, then we'll play Black Crime or White Crime. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to Mark McCullough of the Needham Fire Department and Anthony Colella of the Johnston Fire Department in Rhode Island. They were at a Dolphins-Patriots game at Gillette Stadium this past Monday night. They saw the medical staff running to help someone in the stands, and without hesitation, because they're both firefighters, they jumped in. This guy was in his mid-50s. He'd collapsed. He wasn't breathing, so both of them started to administer CPR. They got him conscious. He started throwing up. He had fallen, and he'd hit in his head, the back of his head on the cement, and he was bleeding from the back of his head, but they got him conscious again, and they were able to keep him going until medical staff, emergency medical services, I should say, arrived. And McCullough said, we just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Actually, that is beyond humble, because you were at a football game in your downtime trying to break loose from what you guys have to deal with every day as firefighters, and didn't even hesitate to be a firefighter when some guy's life was in trouble. So just big shot of the week to both of those guys. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, the fact that they was conscious enough and not drinking and partying, because it's their downtime.
Yeah, this is your off time, man. You're in a game.
And render aid. You love it, man. That's why you always have to say thank you to the people who serve the community and as firefighters, police, nurses, doctors, all the above. So thank you to the fire department for having guys who are available and ready to jump in to aid.
Yeah, 100%. Good. Big shot of the week. All right, here we go. Let's go. We haven't done a Black Crime or White Crime in a while. We owed ourselves a round of this. Rob's in the dirty South. There's no better time to do it. We got people screaming at airplanes. We're ready. I say let's go. I don't have to explain the game. You know it. Give you a wild story. Just got to tell me, was the perpetrator black guy or white guy? Story number 1 takes place in Atlanta, Georgia. They've been cracking down on porch pirates here in Atlanta. Well, I got to finish the story because you don't know that. There's a lot of us white folks out here representing. I mean, we're not in Atlanta. We're north of Atlanta. We're not in Atlanta. We're not crazy. I mean, come on. We're not out of our minds. That's me in Atlanta. All right. So Atlanta's been cracking down a lot on porch pirates. That's a big problem in Atlanta. Unfortunately, this Georgia man is accused of stealing a full wooden porch from his neighbor. He's a porch pirate in the truest sense. The porch owner says the 8-foot by 10-foot porch was not up for grabs, although the porch was not attached to the home at the time of the alleged theft. The man was arrested and charged with felony theft. So did the porch pirate who stole an actual freaking porch from somebody's house? Black guy or white guy?
Hey, this has to be in a trailer because, only trailers need porches that can be just moved that easily. So this got to be a white guy. A white crime, I should say.
Okay. Harp?
I have never heard of a porch pirate.
You never heard of a porch pirate? You don't know what that means?
Would you just stealing porches?
Okay, no, actually, it's people. It's.
You know what a porch pirate is.
It's the people that steal packages off people's porches. Oh. So, like, Amazon delivers a box, and there's people that cruise neighborhoods, and when someone's not home, guess what? That box now belongs to me. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Well,
we lost Harp's video.
I went
All
goodbye.
right. Yeah.
But anyway, but this says they stole a whole
an actual porch. They didn't steal a box off of somebody's porch.
Yeah.
They stole the porch in its entirety.
Depending on if this porch has some seating area, black people like sitting on the porch.
This is the qualification. Was there a place to sit? Because if there was...
Because you can put a rocking chair out there and we'd be cool.
All right, we got you. Is it a white guy or a black guy who stole the porch?
I'm gonna say it was black.
You're going to say black guy. Rob's saying white guy. The offender's name is Robin Swanger. That's a white man.
Oh,
that's
dang.
a point for Robert Ory. Good job, buddy. Absolutely correct. All right.
Hey, he know it's a double wide, dude. They gonna move it from one double wide.
Yeah, that's exactly. Because otherwise, how you get an 8-foot by 10-foot porch anywhere? You know what I mean? Like, the hell do you go with that?
Exactly.
Not like you throw it up on your shoulder and just walk off with it. All right. Story number 2. A man was arrested in Alabama, Robert Ory's neck of the woods, for allegedly.
Why y'all picking on me today?
Everything's in your neck of the woods, no matter where the story is. The man had started a dozen small fires. When police caught him, they discovered he had 2 live ducklings tucked in his underpants.
Bro, come on.
Police arrested the 31-year-old man after searching the suspect. They found the 2 live ducklings tucked in his underpants. He received arson charges, and he's also facing charges of animal cruelty. So, arson suspect lighting fires with live ducklings in his underwear. Black guy, white guy.
You go B.
Man. This better be a white man.
You know how many stories we read on this show that answer with "this better be a white man"?
Because where a brother find some ducklings to put in his drawers? Where?
Hey, does the brother have enough room to put the duckling in
I
his
ain't
drawer?
even go there. Here you go.
All right, now you're
All right, time
If
to
you
go.
start leaning toward white crime, you and I are gonna have words.
Hey, that's like, hey, think about it though.
No, I don't.
How many times have you ever seen a black person that as an arsonist? It's always a white person.
Yeah, arson
since
is,
you say
yeah,
set
you're right.
fire-
Arson's very white.
I'm gonna say it's a white
people.
crime. I'm gonna say it's a white crime.
All right, this was a white guy.
Yeah,
You're both right. Yeah, good job. Yeah, you're right. That's a good clue, though. Arson is usually like white guy. It's Beavis and Butthead. You know what I mean? It's those guys lighting fires.
I'm trying to say we're an arson
Now, if you
and we
say he
got
was stealing some rims,
Yeah, like, oh, you telling me we got
if he's
a
stealing
dozen?
rims, it's a brother.
Yeah, and you telling me we got small fires and stealing ducklings? What are we doing here?
We can't get it together. All right, story number 3. A Pennsylvania man used a blue and orange Nerf-style gun to rob 2 banks. He allegedly stormed into a PNC bank, shoved a plastic grocery bag containing the toy gun in the teller's face, and screamed, "Give me $50,000." The teller gave him $904 from her drawer.
Oh, that's black.
And he fled.
Oh, that's black.
All right, so a guy who tried to rob a PNC bank with a Nerf gun
That's black.
made off with
That's a brother.
$904. Everyone's saying black
That's a
guy.
brother.
The offender's name, Rashawn Coleman, 29-year-old.
You want me to tell you how that's a black man?
How so?
To number one, the Nerf gun. That means he couldn't afford the real one. Number 2, the screen give me $50,000 and the teller settles on $904 and you walk away. Bro, come on, dog. That big of a gap between what you asked for and what you got.
And you're cool with it. And you're good with it. And
The
you're just
fact
like,
that you go in there and say you want 50,000, I'm like, dude, give me all you got. 50,000. I'm like, oh, if she had 100,000, oh, you only want 50? Come on, man.
she didn't. She had $904. That's what he took. Oh, yeah.
And then hit the buzzer under the counter.
Exactly right. All right, story number 4. A gas station employee in Tulsa asked a friend to find someone to rob the store he was working at so he could go home early. Police say the employee first reported that a man walked into the store, handed him a note that read, "Give me all your money or I will shoot you." Upon the man's arrest, an investigation found out that the man asked a friend if he knew somebody who could do that and rob the store because he was tired and he wanted to go home early.
Oh, that's black.
So, it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You know what? You said Tulsa, Oklahoma. I know they got banging in Oklahoma and all that kind of, but I gotta go white guy with this shit.
I'm going black on this.
Harp's going
I
black
got white
guy?
crime.
Harp, to tie it up, the offender's name was Isaiah Jones. That was a black man.
And I'm gonna tell you why. This is easy.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Because now he don't want to be at work for whatever reason.
For what? Black folks don't want to work.
No, I'm saying he don't want to be at work, so he has to exhaust every option. Hey, do you know somebody who can come up here and rob this store and do
Rob
something?
the store is your way out of work?
But I'm out of options. I don't know. I can't tell him I'm sick or I want to go home because I was sick about a week ago. And so I can't do that. So I need to go to the extreme just to get off work.
If he was smart, he would just say, "Yo, I smell gas," and call the gas company.
Oh, see, that's good. I like that. I have to leave. I have 2 live ducklings in my underpants. Like, something will get you out of that. You know what I mean? Like, he exhausted all his options. All right. Story number 5. An Alabama man was pulled over by deputies for driving with a revoked license. As the officers began to impound his vehicle, the man kept mentioning he wanted his hamburger, which was sitting on the seat. "I'm hungry. I want my hamburger. Can I please have my hamburger?" Cops retrieved the hamburger. Upon inspection, found out the patty was actually a small bag of methamphetamine. So he'd stuffed meth into a hamburger. He was also charged with unlawful possession of a controlled substance. So, Alabama man, meth burger.
White.
White.
I feel like that was a softball. 45-year-old Timothy Nolan is a white man.
We don't know how to
Usually
get
when there's meth involved,
Black
it tends
folks don't
to...
mess with meth.
Yeah, meth's a very white guy type of drug. You know, arson and meth, those are 2, you know what I mean? You find it, and guys who don't want to work, you know what I mean? Like we're starting to find lines of delineation in this case, is what I'm saying. All right. Story number 6. Police in Colorado say a 28-year-old driver attempted to switch places with his dog when he got pulled over for suspicion of DUI. As the officer walked to the car, he watched the driver attempt to switch places with the dog who was in the passenger seat of the Dodge Challenger. The driver was arrested for DUI. The dog was returned home. Black guy, white guy.
You know, the challenge is becoming the black man ride, so I gotta go black man.
Okay.
That's almost like the Baby Rose. What's that one? The one
you
that
talking
all
about
the
the
black
Chrysler?
people draw? The Chrysler, yeah.
The baby rolls, is that what you called it?
Yeah.
because of the car.
Dodge Challenger.
Yeah, which they discontinued. I'm gonna go black.
Oh,
For some
man.
reason.
Okay, both of you are wrong. That was a white man. That's a
That's
white
no,
man.
I should have.
Officer, the dog was driving. I had no license.
I didn't think about it. B. Black guys ain't gonna let no dogs in their Challenger.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, hey.
They like to keep it clean.
That's a good
true.
point. How much Scooby-Doo have you watched in your life that you think putting the dog behind the driver's side of the vehicle might get me away with this? He might be able to convince this officer that I was driving. All right, story number 7. An alleged drunk driver unwittingly handed himself over to the police. When he reported someone else was driving in the wrong direction, almost hit him head on. He called the cops. When he was pulled over, it was because he was on the wrong side of the road, driving in the wrong direction. So when the cop asked him, why do you think I pulled you over? And he went, because I was driving on the wrong side of the road and I called you. He got arrested for drunk driving. Is this perpetrator white or black?
Telling on yourself, gotta be a white guy.
Okay. He called the cops on himself. That's great.
Oh no, that's white.
Oh.
Brother ain't calling the cops on himself. That's a
That
black man?
was a black man.
That's an honest black
That was
man.
an honest black man. Called the cops, said somebody's driving on the wrong side of the road, almost hit me head on. Didn't realize he was on the wrong side of the road. That was
I need to know his name.
Why? Oh, I don't have his
I'm
name
sure
in the
he has
story.
a white guy name.
I don't have his name in the story. They didn't give his name. Sorry. I apologize. His name was Randolph White. That was the sound he was making, driving down the wrong side of the road. All right, last story. In Picayune, Mississippi, a police officer stopped a vehicle for an alleged traffic violation. During a search of the vehicle, the officer allegedly found drugs and a handgun. hidden inside of a folded quesadilla in a Taco Bell bag. The passenger with the quesadilla gun was taken into custody. The driver of the vehicle was cited for a traffic violation and allowed to go. So did the passenger of a car who decided, I'm going to hide my handgun inside of a Taco Bell quesadilla, black guy, white guy?
Mexican.
A Mexican guy disqualified from the game. Yeah.
This one is tough.
Yeah.
So I guess we're in the realm of who frequents Taco Bell more often.
I know it, right? Because that was my stumping grounds in college. But I'm going to have to go white guy.
Right.
I have to go white crime.
You guys are tied, by the way. It's the last question.
I'm gonna go because black people do like Taco Bell. I'm gonna break this up. I'm gonna go black.
Okay. So the win goes to B-Dog Brandon Harper. That was a black guy. Yeah, that was a black man. Hide my gun in a quesadilla. Pulled that one out at the 11th hour. That's a nice job, man.
That is so wrong, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
The weird thing was the driver was the dog from the other story. That was like, yo, come on, man, roll me out of here. Roll me out of here. I got an illegal firearm, dude. Get me out of here for sure.
that's
All right.
funny.
That's this week's edition of Black Crime, White Crime. When are you back in town, man?
I leave tomorrow.
You leave tomorrow. All right, so we will see you bright and early on Monday at some point. And
Sure.
get us a show out on Tuesday.
Sounds great to me.
All right, man.
I'll be in Atlanta for an hour and a half, and then I'm going on to LA.
Oh, you have a stop over here?
Yeah, I'm on Delta going back.
Okay. Well, have a safe trip.
Thank you, fellas.
Watch World's Toughest Test Monday on Fox. Watch Rob get his butt kicked. And hopefully we'll get somebody from that show on soon. And we will holler at you guys next week.
See ya.